All right, this is part 2.
Part 2. Ready to wheel? You gonna sing a wheel song? This is the wheel song. This is the wheel song. Let's sing the wheel song.
I
now.
had something. If you're happy and you know it, spin the wheel. If you're happy and you know it, spin the wheel. Okay, wait. If you're happy. If you're happy and you know it, spin the wheel.
Oh, nice one.
If you're happy and you know it, spin the wheel. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it. Spin the wheel. I don't know, I just wanted to do something different.
Was that
than
your
spin
stroke?
it. Yeah, that was my stroke hand. That's not a stroke, that's my... Oh, you love this. Look, I gotta make you bend down and pick it up. Pick it up. I was in Rumor's bathroom stall last night.
Alone?
Yes.
Okay. Because they don't like you coming.
I know, it's written on the wall. It says, literally.
It's all right.
And I finished what I was doing. And I grabbed my
Did you
phone.
wash your hands?
Not yet.
Okay.
So I'm still in the stall.
Oh, okay.
And I grab my phone off the toilet paper holder, right? And I transfer it to my other hand, my stupid hand, and my stupid hand drops it, and I quick to grab it with my other hand, and I slap it, and I send it off the floor. It scoots underneath the stall wall and shoots out into the bathroom, the main area.
And some guy goes, "Oh, a phone!"
Yeah, nobody's there. I'm like, Jesus Christ, that thing just slid past 2 urinals. So it had to roll through the piss and everything, right? So I open up the bathroom stall after I, pull up my pants as I'm leaving.
Good, you did that.
So I gotta do this quickly because so somebody doesn't come in and say, "Hey, there's a phone on the floor."
All right, and step on it.
Yeah, and I look to the first urinal. No, it's not there. It's not in front of the first one. It's not in front of the second one. So I think, oh, maybe. And then I see it's up against the wall in a puddle of piss, and there is no puddle I got a video. I'll show you the video later if you're interested.
Your camera was on when that happened?
No,
oh, that would have been great.
No, after I washed it off and everything, I came and I took a picture of what happened and where it landed in this little puddle of piss on the side of the wall.
You sure that was piss?
Well, I'll show you the picture.
Okay.
And
have been just
it's
water.
a video. There was no reason for their water to be right there.
There's no reason for piss to be there either.
Yes, there is. There is a reason for piss to be anywhere on the floor in a bathroom. So anyway, and now it was face down, and I had to walk out there and ask Brian for some Clorox or the stuff they used to clean everything, and I had to clean off.
You could have just like.
Jesus, I didn't even.
That is piss.
I didn't even bother smelling it. It was just a fair, very, very valid. Conclusion. God, I was so frustrated at this hand.
That hand's been getting a lot of blame.
This hand's doing good. No, I do because I have carpal tunnel. I can't feel anything.
Yeah.
Like right here, I can't feel that I'm even touching this right now.
Well, then you can put your hand on a hot stove and you wouldn't even feel it.
That is true because when I've been using it to like cook something with a pot,
you don't need the.
No. I still need it. The nerves are still.
Oh, you can still feel it?
No, but it takes a while before I start
yeah.
to feel it because I take something called gabapentin. It's a nerve blocker.
Uh-huh.
So if my hand's too close, like in the handle of the stove or pot, like right here, I'll suddenly feel it. Maybe. Well, usually if you touch it, you'll go, "Ow!" My delay would be.
Ooh, that's a little warm.
Yeah. But pour cold water on my hand, it feels like
icebergs.
Like ice so cold it's burning.
Oh, okay. Like dry ice.
It's burning.
Really?
Yeah, if I poured this water on there, it would feel like it was
got some
burning.
problems, dude.
Oh no, I have surgery coming up in July.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I have a procedure coming up at the end of this month.
What are you doing?
Colonoscopy.
Oh yeah, I did that.
Those are.
My butthole was great.
Yeah. Mine had polyps, but.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that can be taken care of.
Yes.
That's why they do it. Yeah.
I was actually in this.
That's a get to know you.
They had me because I go through the VA. They had me do this. They wanted me to do this, be in the study group and half of them do a mail in, you know, that color guard thing that you mail in every. Half of them do that every year.
Oh my God!
And
Every year.
and the group I was in did a full colonoscopy every 10 years.
Right.
So I went to the VA doctor and I said, you know, that's probably coming up here pretty soon. And he looks it up and he goes, yeah, you're supposed to probably be doing that in 2 years, but here's what I want you to get out of that study, and I need you to get out of that study and have a colonoscopy because you had so many polyps the first time that I'm worried. And I'm like, okay, cool.
When was your first one? 10 years ago?
Well, 8 years ago.
8 years ago? Yeah.
You're supposed to do it every 10 years, right?
Yeah, so I did mine, and he said you won't have to do anything for 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But is it one of those things where if you don't know about it, you're fine, and then if something happens, that, oh, look.
Like you die?
Yeah, like, oh, look, you might have some cancer. Then you get worried and start to get sick. And
like you wouldn't, like if you didn't know, you'd
like
be
if
fine.
you didn't have it, you'd be fine. You just die one day of colon cancer.
And didn't see it coming?
Yeah,
I
you
guess.
suffer through it.
Well, that's why, what's his name wanted that awareness. The guy who played Black Panther. He was determined to, because that's what was happening. People are dying and not knowing that they had colon cancer.
Oh, was it colon cancer?
Yeah.
I thought it was pancreatic cancer.
No, it's colon cancer. So, are we doing the wheel?
I would know. Are you going to sing?
I did.
Yeah, but then you threw stuff around.
That was the end of the song.
Here we go. Here's the wheel. What's the number? Gear grinder. What's gear grinder? We could just make up numbers.
Mister, you remember everything, yeah?
Let's call it number 11.
There's the new. Have you seen the new Spinal Tap?
No.
There's a new Spinal Tap coming out. It's called. It's the title is just absolutely.
Is Rob
brilliant.
Reiner involved?
They're all there. Oh no, I don't know. I'm sure he's directing it. There's no way they wouldn't do it without him.
You never know.
It was his thing.
Yeah. But that was also what, 30 years ago?
Something about
40 years ago?
You know how you say we're back again? It was something like The Return Again. I don't know. The title is brilliant.
The return of the Remember Us from
Yeah,
before.
It's very funny. Gear Grinder is number 9.
Remember that. And what was Life Changing?
Oh my God.
5?
4.
9 and 4. She's kind of cute.
I think it's a job interview. They shook hands like this is professional or something. The owner was really upset about those two closing.
The
Those
owner?
two restaurants, yeah. Jabriel.
That was the guy?
Yeah. Don't want to put that in the podcast.
No, we won't.
Yeah, he was upset because he felt like Bellingham just missed the mark.
I ate there and it was crap.
Yeah, I did too, and I feel the same. And it wasn't
I mean,
a matter of diversity. It was just
We got
it wasn't
a
great.
thing that was garlic bread, and it was just an appetizer, but it was like
That was all right.
$15.
Well, the food was all right. The garlic bread was
I don't
fine.
think it was that
The
good.
pizza wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
And I never had anything at the Nacho Bar, but I get it, Nacho Bar, you know.
Well, I feel sorry for him, but
I do. It's hard to get a business
On
going.
the other hand-
He's got 3 rolling all at the same time. That's hard.
on the other hand, for her to be put off by what you said, I mean, I don't know.
That was just her being drunk and
But
stupid.
didn't she also give you a bad review or something too, or something?
No, I got kicked off the platform. They wouldn't
That's
let
right.
me
See,
drive
that-
anymore.
So that was bullshit, don't you think?
Yeah.
On her part.
But it turns out, talking to Jabriel's right-hand person, she didn't know of any woman who was his business partner. So I don't know what that
So
was
she was
all
just
about.
a manager or something.
Yeah, that's not, or not even. She said, I don't know who this is. I don't know who it could possibly be.
Huh.
And she's like...
But she absolutely
Jabriel's
knew that
right-hand-
they were going to open those 2 spots.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe she was the money behind it. I
Or
don't
cook or something. I don't know.
know. All right, did we spin?
I mean, it's a good idea to have diversity as far as...
No, but
But you gotta have, and look what they try to do. You know, they stick with one, right?
Focus on the one thing.
Yeah. And then once that gets successful, then you can do like Fiamma and go do a pizza place.
Or like Juanita's. They did the one thing for
Right.
fucking ever.
And
And then
they-
they even changed their name. Before it was Juanita, it was Poor Siamese, and before that it was something else.
Yeah.
I mean, they struggled, and then they figured it out, and then they became popular,
Mm-hmm.
and then they were making bank, and now they have, what, 3 in town?
Yeah.
Same thing for jalapenos,
Yeah.
right? Jalapeno was biting off more than he could chew, and I think maybe they were putting money into something that they hadn't quite established. Like, even over here,
Yeah.
Admiralty is fucking great. But you know, your fingers are crossed hoping he does really well. It's going to be a challenge. So anyway,
I did not see her getting in that.
I did not either. I would have seen exactly the opposite.
Exactly.
For sure. He's in the little
what
what is that,
happens when
Fiat?
Yeah. No, it's an MG. It's the. Is it an MG midget? Or maybe it's a Fiat. But yeah, it's stereotyping, right?
Yeah, it is.
Anyway. Hey, let's spin the wheel. You did that so much better
We are
with your
never
dead
gonna
hand.
get there.
9. What is 9?
I forgot.
It's gear
You're the
grinder,
one who
dude.
knows.
Come on.
Gear grinder.
Learn these, will you?
All right.
That'd been funny if you had like memorized them all and now this
Yeah.
is the end of the show. So.
Nobody knows it yet, though. Oh, we did it.
Yeah, we did it a little
Sorry.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did touch upon that.
Touch upon that.
Gear grinder, you got a gear grinder?
I don't know, you first.
Okay, I did have a gear grinder this week. Buses that go psh, really pissed me off.
Really grinds my gears.
I think we can go. You ready?
Yeah.
I did have a gear grinder this week. Couple shows ago.
That's when you just pull over and say, "You been smoking any weed?"
You want to get in my van, little girl? That's a dual purpose van.
Did she go camping?
That is a dually rack.
That's like a cross-trekking,
It's one of those 4x4s that had never been off the road in their life.
like, forever. She could just.
Oh no,
not
she
have
got a bike rack. I bet she does go mountain biking
Yeah,
and stuff.
on the bike.
Sure. But she got to go up to
It looks like
trailheads
they
and
probably
stuff.
sleep in the back there or something. She's tiny enough; she could live in that. Do you see how tiny she was?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I might have noticed. I did have a gear grinder this week. Let's get back to this.
Yes. Wow. Okay. That's unexpected. Sorry. Focusing. Go ahead.
I've only like 2 or 3 divergence during this segment. We're up to like 6. But a few weeks ago, we were talking about power moves that when someone's in the back seat arguing with their wife or girlfriend, and they're trying to impress the driver and establish dominance over the other person. I actually had an older couple this week that were going down to the sailboats from the airport. They were returning a car. And on the way, he looks over at his wife, and they're in their mid-50s.
Okay.
So, you know, they've been around a long time. A few years together, probably. And, they're closed. See that sign that says closed? No speak English? But,
Good God.
I know. I'm sorry. I apologize. Yeah.
So this couple.
Yeah. So as we're heading down there, he looks at her and goes, "Look, I don't want a repeat of last time. So figure out what you're going to order to drink before we get there." And she goes, "Oh, okay, I'll probably have vodka or something. Some kind of vodka drink." And he goes, "No, be specific. I don't want you asking him what he recommends. I want you to know what you want." And she goes, "Okay, well, I'll get a vodka and cranberry."
She's not offended at this.
You can
Or
tell
this is
she's
just how they always talk.
right. Well, you can tell she's a little embarrassed because I'm listening to all this.
Yeah.
He goes, "Okay, well, we're gonna role play now." And he says, "I'll be the waiter and you be ordering, okay? Hi, ma'am, what would you like?" And she
Is
goes,
he just playing around?
"No, he's being he thinks it's funny, but it's not funny.
That's not
It's
funny.
cringe,
Yeah.
as the kids would say.
We've just dated this episode.
But you can tell she's like not having it. She doesn't want to participate, and finally she just agrees to go along with it. So he goes, "All right, I'm the waiter. I'll be the waiter." And, "Hi, ma'am, what would you like?" And she goes, "I don't want to do this." He goes, "Ma'am, what would you like to drink?" And so she goes, "I have a vodka cranberry." "Oh, very good, very good." And then as we go a few more blocks, he looks at me and goes, "Yeah, I just wanted to make sure because last time she had him choose what to drink." And
Yeah, it's like, well, what do you like?
so what? Yeah. I do that sometimes. Like, what do you recommend? You know,
Yeah.
especially if there's like
Specials.
several bar taps on the bar. You know,
Yeah.
like what do you think? You
Or
know,
what's going on? What's popular around
but
here?
he was just being a dick,
Well, that's a little
aggressive,
no. There's a term for it, like manipulative.
abusive.
It is abusive,
It
you know. And she's in an awkward situation because you're there.
Yeah.
you know.
She can't just say
It's a power move.
Well, it was kind of funny though. Once we got to the gate and they got out, I dropped them off at the Bella Marina down there, the restaurant.
Yeah.
As she gets out, she looks at me and goes, "Hey, one of us might not be coming back on that boat." And I said, I hear nothing.
I didn't hear
I
what
hear
you
nothing
said at all.
But
But good for you.
it was a good comeback.
Yeah.
So
Odd. Yeah, there are people like that, and I've seen both sides, men and women.
yeah,
I was in a relationship where, in public, she had me up against the wall and was yelling at me.
yeah.
Boy, oh boy, that's
And that
the
was
end
it
of
for you,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of that.
But
kind
there
of
are some
stuff.
guys that will tolerate that.
No. Those are abusive because they've got you in a situation. They're making it difficult for you. They already know how you'll deal with a situation like that, and they'll make you uncomfortable to try to control you.
Yes,
And
it's controlling. Yeah, that's a good
it's
word.
controlling thing. That's really not healthy at all.
Mhm. But you also got to, if you're in that kind of relationship, you've got to realize it and, take steps to correct it or get out of it. Or
Well, no,
and like you
because
saw it
then
right
it's-
away.
Yeah.
You saw it right away. But
Yeah.
there are some, maybe, she was just drunk that time, maybe. And then it gets worse and worse and worse. And
I think they're like, if you're a new couple and you're still figuring each other out, there might be, this is where boundaries get laid, where you say, okay, that will never happen again. Okay, I don't hate you. I'm upset about it, but here's what's not going to happen.
well, that being said, there are some people who enjoy being treated that way. I mean, they're, the
Well,
whole
their self-worth maybe
dom
is-
sub
Yeah,
culture
maybe.
thing. so-
Oh, I see. You mean it's part of their...
Yeah.
I guess maybe. But ultimately, it's just not healthy
It's not healthy.
in that context. It's not healthy. The one you described.
Yeah.
But I do see that. I, in fact, had something similar where I had a...
Well, just before you get into that, it also makes you wonder. They're like that in front of me. How are they at home? Is he totally dominant, crazy? Like yelling at her and hitting her and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it was easy for me to extrapolate that she gets hit at home. So.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
He
Just the
came
way
off
he.
as
Oh
that
yeah,
type.
definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
The getting hit, or even just the
Just verbal abuse.
punching walls,
Yeah.
like next to them or by them,
Yeah.
indicating
Intimidation.
This would be you. Yeah, intimidation.
The verbal abuse. I could see it being a lot worse at home when they're behind closed doors. So.
She's probably thinking, oh, at least he's here in public. He's not going to do anything.
Yeah. And now I have a witness.
Yeah. For when he disappears, that he was,
I hear nothing. I did the old Colonel Klink
Yeah.
thing, or
that's
the
Schultz
Schultz,
Yeah.
Sergeant Schultz.
from
Yeah.
Hogan's Heroes.
So a lot of times I'll do the no speak English, that kind of thing. But for some reason I went with the German accent.
I know nothing. I see nothing. That reference isn't going to die, is it?
I don't know.
I don't know. The older
No,
we
is
get,
it?
I feel like it's disappeared.
Too many comedies about World War II anymore.
There's not. No. Were there any others? I think that's the only one.
Vietnam, MASH.
That
Well, that was
the
Korean.
War.
Korea, yeah.
And
There was
it
no
was a
comedies
comedy.
Well, I think Mass was comedy.
Yeah, it was a comedy. Yeah, I guess so.
But there were no Vietnam comedies because
No.
we lost.
And World War II comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Anywho.
What you were saying about that? You were going I interrupted you.
Oh. No, I forgot.
Just about your ex that pushed you up against the wall and
Oh, no.
pulled
That
your
was-
pants down.
That was a long time ago.
Okay.
I don't know about the pulling the pants down. I don't remember talking about that.
Hmm.
Is this something I wrote?
I see a mattress on the street.
No. I didn't have a bounce off.
Well, I think I interrupted you off your
Oh.
bounce off. But you have a mattress in the street.
Okay, yeah, so let's do the bounce off. I had a irritation that it happens in all different forms, but this weekend it's not even graduation or they're not, the kids aren't even leaving yet, but at about 3 in the morning, I'm driving to something going towards the campus, through the housing and everything, the college kids where they live, and there's a full-on queen-size mattress. Maybe it was a full-size mattress, nice one too, like a purple, sitting in the middle of the road on Garden and Oak.
In the middle of the night.
Right in the middle. Yeah, in the middle of the night. I had to go, whoa, to swerve around it.
Okay.
And there was a plastic Adirondack chair sitting
Okay, yeah.
on top of it. Like, clearly somebody dragged it out there
Put the chair on
and
top.
put the chair on top and left. And as I swerved to miss it, so did a cop coming down the road.
Ooh.
He swerved to miss it.
Did he get out and pull off?
No, he did not. He kept driving, and I kept driving, and I watched in my rearview mirror to see if he would get out to do it.
Yeah.
And he didn't. And I had half a mind to do it myself, but I literally said out of my mouth, well, if he's not gonna, I don't gotta. But then I almost hit it on the way back because I had picked somebody up, and I was driving them out of the campus area, and I'm like, and it's at a spot where it's at the crux of a hill, and it's just weird because the light's there. Suddenly,
So
it's
it
there.
appears, yeah.
Yeah, it just suddenly it's there, and I had to swerve to miss it again on the way down, just like the cop now. And my passenger was like, "Whoa, what the?"
Do you think that was negligent on the cop's part not to pull it out of the way? Because if somebody had come behind him and hit it and crashed.
Kind of hard to say because
He
this
got
was at that
injured.
time
Yeah.
that all the cops were downtown for all their stuff.
Okay.
And he didn't have his lights going or anything, but I could surmise that
That he
there was
was in a
something
hurry.
more important
Okay.
for him at that
I get
point.
that.
Because we were talking about this on the radio about all the cops that were all over downtown at that time.
Yeah.
You know, in the alleyway, at Red Run, there were all these.
Well, I'm just wondering if somebody had hit that and crashed, if they could have sued the city for it.
Right?
So.
You can't sue the city for. It drives me. Remember when they did this stuff on Alabama, all the repairs on Alabama, but they left the water.
Oh yeah.
Remember the water things or the sewer pipes or something were just above by 5 inches?
Yeah.
You know, 4 inch, 5. It was huge.
Yeah, it was a big.
It was
yeah.
as high as a curb.
If you hit it, you were screwed.
Your car was done.
Yeah.
You would have busted an axle. You would have busted your axle, or at least gotten a ruined rim.
Okay, Fred Flintstone.
And you could go to the city, and they'd be like, "Well, who?"
Sue the construction company, maybe.
Maybe, you know, but the city's ultimately responsible for
Yeah.
what gets done and covered and protected, and there's rules and
Joint
regulations.
lawsuits.
Yeah, but who you're gonna go against? Yeah, we'll look at ourselves and see if we did anything wrong. Nope, that's what's gonna happen. It's your problem.
That's why you hire a good lawyer.
So
That's kinda like
that
the-
irritates me because kids do this all the time.
Remember a couple of years ago, there was someone had made a dog out of wood in the shape of a dog.
No, it was cardboard. I stole that
Oh,
dog.
cardboard.
I still have
Yeah.
that dog.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, and they put.
Glow eyes on it.
No, it was foil. They cut out foil so that when your lights hit, it would glitter like that.
Yeah.
And I drove up on it, opened my door, and snatched it, and you could hear him going, "Hey!" And I did that once with cones that they had all laid out on the road to divert traffic into like a driveway or a wall or whatever. And I took all the cones, and they're like, "Hey!"
Yeah.
But college kids get all goofy when they're drunk
Sure.
and walking home.
Yeah.
No, the dog though. That
was clever.
That was planned.
Yeah.
They had to design that, cut it,
Yeah.
draw on it, and get some glue. They had to build that thing, and it was funny. I have to admit, it was funny.
There reminds me of a time when I was growing up. There was a incident where someone pushed a mannequin off of an overpass and caused a serious accident
That's so bad.
on an interstate, and it just makes me think that if somebody had crashed, if they saw the dog and swerve, because
Yeah.
people don't
and
hit
ran
dogs
into a
around here,
tree
yeah,
or another
or
car.
got hurt, yeah, that would have been some liability there.
But
I mean, I don't know if it would have been any jail time or anything, but this guy who pushed that mannequin off the,
got fined.
he got jail time for that.
Oh, he did. Okay. Yeah. That's a freeway.
Yeah,
That's state. Yeah, you're
yeah.
going.
That was a bad idea, dude.
Yeah. Looks funny for a second.
Until you realize you just caused someone the hospital.
You know what's hilarious is as it's falling, he's probably thinking, "Oh shit, this is probably not a good idea."
Uh-oh.
It's fun all the way up, and it's like, "Oh shit," and then smash. It's like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see that
Run.
coming. Right? Yeah, run.
There's a bunch of homeless people down in Seattle that were throwing rocks, remember, onto the freeway. A couple years ago, wasn't it?
I don't remember. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's just.
They finally caught them guys. So.
I had to let one of my guys who rented, not my guys, but one of the guys who rented one of my cars go. It was an issue.
For throwing. Oh, you told me that. I threw rocks at
Threw
somebody.
rocks at somebody. They called me because they thought it was me.
Yeah.
They thought it was me that was
Yeah,
hounding
even
them in their
though-
car,
yeah.
and he passed them and shot ahead, and then he waited for them down
Crazy.
the road.
That's a
around
crazy
the,
story.
and then as they passed, he threw rocks at
Yeah.
them, and so she called him. She goes, because then she realized it wasn't me, and
Yeah.
she's like, "What? Who's driving your car? Who's driving your taxi?" And I just couldn't believe it, and he was mad because on the boulevard they were going 25,
Yeah.
and the speed limit there is 35.
Yeah.
Is it? That was it.
Yeah. So,
That was it.
never be in a hurry, man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a gear grinder is when kids fuck around with traffic or people.
Yeah. It could have caused an injury.
Yeah.
So.
I think so.
I have also pulled over, and when people put cones in the middle of the road and shit, I'll see it and I'll pull over and get them out of the way, because you never know what's going to happen.
I should have pulled that mattress off.
Yeah.
I don't think I wanted to touch it though.
You said it was a good mattress.
It was. It was a purple.
Why does that keep falling?
It's heavy here.
Oh.
And
You can't slide it over left anymore?
Now what I'm trying to do is get this to be tighter. All right, keep going.
Well, let's do another wheel. The second one is 9. Is that right?
No, the first one was 9.
Oh, so this is 4. Right.
I guess.
We'll call it 11. Why don't just go to 11?
That's why I thought of when you said that earlier.
All right, number 4. Life changing. You got anything life changing?
You go first.
Let's go first. Well, this is the last episode, so I want to say
What?
What's life changing?
What's happening? This is the last
This is
episode.
the finale, as you can see in the title.
Finale? It's the finale?
Finale.
The finale?
Not the season finale, the series finale.
I love his pronunciation.
How do you say it?
It's a finale.
Finale. Finale.
Not a finale.
Well, that's, people have different regions they grew up in and stuff, so, I'm not the only one who says finale. So.
It's French.
Yeah.
It's a French word.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway.
People pronounce things different. Get over it.
No, I mean it's French.
Okay. People pronounce French words different too.
Yeah, like voila.
Mm-hmm.
But it's voila.
Voila. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you pronounce it.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying
finale, that's how you pronounce it.
different regions say different things, man,
No, it's not a regional word, it's a French word.
I understand, but people in this country live in different regions. They say it different ways. Just because it's a French word doesn't mean everybody pronounces it the correct French way.
That's true. You could be in the South and say Fowalaya.
I don't think they say that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a finale.
It's the last show. How's that? Can I say that?
Yeah.
Are you okay with me saying it that way?
Yeah. Now it's okay, Thomas. Jeez, get it right.
So, yep. So it's been what, 3.5 years?
Yeah.
Almost 4 of this.
And how many episodes are we?
120-ish.
Jeez. That's pretty good.
Plus some lots of outtakes and
I think when we started, then nobody had more than 10.
6. Yeah, didn't I say 6? If we make
Yeah.
it to 6.
Yeah, it's not very many. Yeah. We did our research, and there were none. Really?
That were exactly like us.
Yeah, there were no taxi podcasts that were consistent.
There was a guy who was a taxi driver who would tell stories that he had written. You know, it was more like a platform for him to express his writing. I think it wasn't
That
really
was a creative one. There was a guy in
Australia.
Yeah, there were 2 guys together on one show that was in Australia, I remember. And then there was an African guy, like in Nairobi or something like that. And his were really short. They were only like 7 to 10 or 15 minutes long.
Oh, really?
And it was like, I just dropped off this lady. It's like, why you no tip? Why you, you know?
Uh-huh.
And it's just little things that he.
Was that your Nairobi accent?
Yeah. Why you no tip? There's an accent for you, regional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the end. What's going on? Why is this the end?
Well, you've got other things to work on.
I have my cartoons.
You've got other things to work on. I'm working 48 hours a week now, so
that's a lot of work.
And I got a trip planned to Michigan here in August. I got a trip down to California here pretty soon. So
you're gonna be busy.
Yeah, and so
yeah, life.
Plus, we're seems like we're rehashing a lot of the old stories, and it's getting harder and harder to come up with what I find to be interesting things to talk about. So,
I think your stories were just starting to get interesting because you're working with a different type of public now, not just airport rides.
It's not that big a deal difference, right?
To me, it is.
Well,
because if it's always the airport, it's just. I mean, there's only so many situations, it seems.
If it's always drunk people, it's always drunk people, right?
Sure, yeah, you're right, sure.
I don't think it mattered whether airport rides or, because a lot of them were airport rides, but I did a lot of other rides too. Homeless people, taking the first of the month where you got to take homeless people from one hotel to another because they decide they like this hotel better or whatever, get a better room. So, that's a group there.
Yeah.
Motley Crue.
The Motley Crue.
But yeah, it's been a good ride and it's changed our lives, right?
Sure. So this is life-changing.
It is.
Yeah.
Life-changing moment. That's why
it's fun. I learned something new, how to do this stuff. It's just fun.
You're enjoying the TikTok thing you're going to be doing, right?
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out stuff. I'm still gonna. It's not hard. So I have the nicer camera, the cooler setups. This has been fun. I put this suction cup on top of my car a couple nights ago.
No, you didn't.
And pointed it in the other direction
while you were driving.
While I was driving, and I'm going.
Is your camera up there?
Yeah, I'll mount it up there. Not that.
Oh.
My little camera.
Oh, okay.
And it's got a GoPro case, and that thing.
Wasn't going anywhere.
No, it wasn't going anywhere. And I worry somebody would run over and grab it, but I was moving pretty much the whole time. You'd have to hit me while I was moving. And
what was the video like?
The video, it was cool. It was just watching my car, or excuse me, I made it so you couldn't see the trunk, you couldn't see my vehicle at all. And the point was, I'm going to put it in not an animation. It'll be animation, but it'll be the actual video of the driving. And then I'm going to draw my taxi on the road in that blank space behind me.
Oh.
Driving.
Okay.
So it'll be Taxi David driving on the road. But it opens the door for other things. I could put this right on the outside on my hood, pointing in, so you're looking at us from the outside, but the microphones would be like this on the inside, so you could hear everything. Somebody else suggested when they watched the video, they said it's actually really calming, and it reminded us both of this train. It's like an 8-hour reel of this train just moving through the through
mountains and stuff.
Yeah, in Europe, and people watch it,
Yeah.
like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like going home and turning on what's the show that everybody turns on, The Office or something like that, and just for that background stuff.
yeah.
And she said it's
like the Yule log.
right, yeah, right, or the fish tank.
Yeah.
And she said this is very soothing, just watching it move through the city streets silently. You know, I had the sound on, but I had to turn down when we were looking at it. She goes, you could use this and have microphones in the car so people could hear people getting in and out and talking, and you could play that, you know, with the permission of people who are in it. So you never actually see anybody get in the cab. You never see their faces and everything. You just get to hear the kind of conversations that are going on, and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
And you can put that in one after the other.
Yeah,
And I thought that's actually really clever.
that sounds cool.
Yeah, you wouldn't see anything. You would just see the city streets.
Yeah.
And maybe if I was parked in front of the Horseshoe, let's say,
Right, or you
and
drop
somebody was
out at a
fighting.
hotel, right?
Yeah, but I won't ever see anybody's houses either because we're only driving up and then they're in the background, or it's not where we're seeing.
Uh-huh.
I just thought it was a really good idea that someone took past what I was thinking, and so maybe I'll do something like that with
sounds
it.
cool.
But,
I look forward to that.
yeah,
So we're going to keep the platform up. You can keep going back and listen to the episodes if you haven't downloaded them, which you should have by now. We've only been harping on that for 3 years. And then, you know, my other projects coming up, I'll probably put it on the same platform. But
yeah.
And, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll do a reunion one day.
Never.
For like a 4-hour reunion
Gone.
show.
4 hours, Jesus.
Yeah, we would
I
only
barely get to sleep. 4
we would only
hours.
do that
I'm just
like
kidding, I'm doing fine.
once a year, right? So it's been good. It's been fun.
It's been real, but not real fun.
What is that line from? I've heard that before.
It's been fun. It's been real, but it's not been real fun.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought that was from like a movie like
it probably is.
Fast Times or something.
Probably is. Yeah.
Anyway, so let's call it a day. Hey, but before we go, I've got for you young single guys out there, the ultimate pickup line. It works 100% of the time. Okay,
Try. Oh, that's a guy.
go up to if you're in the bar.
Could be a guy.
It might work for him too. You go up to it won't work for him, not this line, but the girl in the bar, you go up to her and you like her, you go up to her and you ask, are you ticklish? Now she could say one of two things, yes or no, right?
Or I don't know. I'm not sure.
If she says no, you say, oh, I bet I can make your coochie coo. And if she says yes, then you say, oh, can I make your coochie coo? So it works 100% of the time. And they laugh and you go have sex with her, and or you might have a mark on your face.
It works.
It works.
30% of the time, all the time.
90% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Yeah.
Yep. What do you think? What's your best pickup line?
So when I was in high school,
Okay. I like the look you got on your face before you thought of this.
well, I immediately knew what my pickup was,
Okay.
but I was debating whether I should say it because it's really kind of an asshole thing. So my friend would, if we were at a club, there were clubs for kids, teenagers, and things like that.
So like,
And this works even as adults.
uh-huh.
We'd go to these clubs, and
Like boys and girls clubs? Or are you talking about?
yeah, we'd be at the Boys and Girls Club.
Are you talking about like a
No,
juice
literal
bar or something?
nightclub.
Oh,
No,
okay.
literal nightclub,
Okay.
but they don't just serve alcohol. They
Right.
don't serve alcohol there. And if there was, okay, first of all, as a rule, it's really hard to break a girl away from a group.
True.
You know, good on you if you can. It's not advised.
Right.
Because if you are attracted to one particular person,
It's hard
in a
to cut
group,
that herd. Yeah.
It's different. If you're a female with guys, man, that guy will ditch his friends in an instant for you, right? But it's not that way for guys. Guys has to break one away, and all the other girls are looking out for that girl, which they should,
Yeah.
right?
Sometimes out of jealousy.
Sometimes. Yeah, I'm not going to get into the real deep emotions that are really going on around that. Because fuck Karen. Karen is always this.
Yeah.
Okay.
She always gets the cute guys.
Yeah, right.
This cock blocker.
So my friend would go ask a girl very crudely if she wants to dance or have a drink
Like,
or
yo,
whatever.
you want to dance?
Something, just
Yeah.
come up in a very brash way, and the girl's obviously going to say no or excuse me,
Yeah.
and the friends are going to stand in the way like, hey, blah, 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 blah. And then in comes Dave. It's like, hey, get back, come here. Sorry, girls. Sorry, ladies. Sorry about this. He's being a dick. I don't know what the deal is, blah, blah, blah. So sorry. And they're like, yeah, keep him out of here. And it's like, I am so sorry. And then you come back a little bit later. It's like, I'm really sorry about my friend. Can I, get you guys anything?
Oh.
This works even when we were in college and living out east. But then the next week or so would be my turn. I'd
be
have
the
to be the
jerk.
jerk, yeah. And then he'd be the one.
You would
swoop in
You would
and
do
save
different
the
girls,
day.
right? You wouldn't go to the same group.
Well, no, these are completely different weekends.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we wouldn't do it more than. I see what you're saying. Like in the same night, though. No.
No, but if you happen to,
run into the same girls,
Right.
Yeah. No, we wouldn't do the same.
hey, don't I remember you from last week?
And if you do, you play the same shtick. My friend's still a dick, and
Yeah.
and I'm the hero for
Except-
that particular group.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really. Oh, it's a doll. No, it's a dog.
It's a dog. No, it's a.
It's a stuffed animal, like
It
a.
is. I saw her before.
Yeah, I did too. Anyway, so yeah, that was my gimmick. That
Yeah.
was my.
And it worked.
Yes, it was not very nice. It's very manipulative.
It is, but you got to do what you got to do. I mean, they're being manipulative too, a lot of times.
I don't know. I mean, it's like
We all have a goal in mind.
I know, but like when the girls go out, let's say for a bachelorette party.
Oh, I don't touch those.
No, I know. Oh, don't. But they come out. I think we've talked about this before. They come out with the
Sash.
penises, the sash, and they got little penises stuck to their shirt, and
Yeah.
people have to bite the penises off. Like, and you got to get a condom from a guy and get a picture
like a
of
scavenger hunt?
Yeah, scavenger hunt stuff, right? And it's always involving guys at the club or something like that. And then if one of them hits on any of them, leave us alone. We're trying to have fun. It's like, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. But you're coming at these horny drunk boys
Yeah.
in a certain way.
Yeah.
Leave us alone. We're just trying to have fun.
Dressed to the nines, looking pretty hot.
Yeah. Well, well, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. It's like, I get it.
That's where you gotta-
No one's saying you can't dress to the nines.
That you got to find out which ones are the bridesmaids and say, want to hook up?
Always a bride. Bridesmaid, never a bride. How many bridesmaids? That would be a nice ride right there. I like those soft-tail looking street bikes.
I like those soft tail looking chicks.
So on that note, is that we it? We
That's
out.
it, so,
Mic drop. Oh, you should have brought a microphone. Oh, no.
You won't even said it. But
Yeah, your little like boop.
yeah, so that's it, huh? So
Oh my God, I can sleep in.
stay positive, kids.
I have another whole day in my week that I have just to myself.
Okay, enough about you. Stay positive, kids. Good show, that Taxi Podcast.
See, I went from sad to maniacally happy.
Is that what that was?
All right.
I don't think that translates to that. Oh, yours wasn't even recording.
What? Oh my God. 1 hour and 4 minutes.
1 hour and what?
4.
Oh, I was gonna say. I thought you said 40. I'm like, I only got 106. Ding dong, the witch is dead. Oh, you should have sung that song. Ding dong, the show is dead.
It's not dead. It's technically
Stupid
still
show
alive.
is dead.
Because anybody can start right now, and they've got 100
Oh, yeah.
and whatever episodes to listen
We'll
to.
be on the airwaves for millennials to come. Or millennium. What's the correct
Millennium.
We'll be on the airwaves for a millennium.
Is that right? The airwaves?
Is it airwaves?
Is my heat on, you fucker?
Did you turn your heat on?
I must have.
No wonder your air
I thought I
didn't work.
peed.
You should have got that mattress and peed on
Don't walk do it, dude. God, it feels weird. Daytime. Ugh.
Scratching his knees. I know, summertime. It feels like summertime, bro.
It does. Glad I got my AC hooked up in my apartment.
Yeah, too bad your car doesn't have it.
I know. Shite.
Finale.